Seeking the peace of reason, shaping a peaceless season. Reason to keep believing, waking the beast to sleeping. Like a spring step back, two step, one, two, three. Fantasy, no more than a test. Ever feeding off the fallacy, creating this mess deep down inside this bleak machine with all of the rest. Break free to phase electricity. Time turning up the volume. Time turning on us always. No time at all to turning back to where we began. 22 seconds testing. No escaping from this waking dream, no hope for advance. You see, the mortal core is serving not but a spring. Unwind, too slow, too quick, too much to believe. You fail the test, ever forging all new fallacies, creating more mess direct through this brick machine with all of the rest. DC, dying, electricity. Falling back right into the system, falling back on all materials. We're falling back right out of the system. It's falling back right into the space. It's falling back right into the system. I'm sinking, falling back to the end. We're falling back to the system. Falling back into pieces again. Silence the breathing. Memory working, beating. Air repeat, repeating. Radicals flow and freedom. Energy slowly seeping. Suspending my disbelief. Synergy without beating. Synapses firing, breathing. Synapse of reason, shaping a peaceless season. Reason to keep believing, waking the beast to sleeping. Like a spring step back, two step, one, two, three. to phase electricity. No escaping from this waking dream, no hope for advance. You see, the mortal core is serving enough for the spring. Unwind, too slow, too quick, too much to believe. You fail the test, ever forging all new fantasies, creating more misdirect. Through this brick machine with all of the rest, DC, dying, electricity. Falling back right into the system, falling back on all materials. We're falling back right out of the system, it's falling back right into the space. It's falling back right into the system.
Okay, that's enough of Locus. Let me unmute the game now. Why is... There we go. Oh, look! The game audio even wants to work today. Alright. We all know the drill at this point. Queue up for those four. Talk to Briardian. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. We must return to the Colosseum before the battles begin. Here's the plan, Al, and I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat until I've ascertained the trickery behind her abilities. You are to keep a wide berth of her blade, understood? Ooh, am I gonna get another trial? Please don't just be an instance fight. Please give me an actual trial. I don't see the instanced fight glow. There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. I'd be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultros has stepped in to take his place. With everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in, and bookmakers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Fergus himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Dower Meadow it is. So what say ye? Are you ready to get your arses kicked? Ready for battle. Aye, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Ladies and gentlemen... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am going into Alexander, Burden of the Father. I'll be back in a second, Dower Meadow. Shit. Oh, quarantine. With Mio Arientum. I don't know how people leave so quickly. Alright, let's do this cutscene. Ready for battle. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. The Mithril Cup, brought to you by our ever-charitable friends at Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern, is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, El, the famed warrior of light, or who was that grenade fool again? Ah, that's right, Humberbatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? Here I am. Did you miss me? Aye, I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin. Oh, it's just a cutscene fight. Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others, and when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I have not forgotten our promise. I have a gun. Look at Avila's blade spin! Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed him tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. You are next. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. How is he holding that? Nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting to Uncle Alfie an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Raised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sack full where that came from. Meddling musclehead! It's taking him so damned long. Girl's gaze give away. Open that gate at once. What is that monstrosity? Mr. Typhon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I interest you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What fascinating friends you have, Ulti. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Could it be? Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade. It was that monster all along? The girl played us all for fools! Don't look at me, it was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend. I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dower, has Uncle Ulti ever lied to you? Did I tell you? I knew there was something about that fishy Alamegan whore. Alamegans, beggars and brutes, the lot of them. Give them a home in our lands, and this is the thanks we get? Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. I just wanted to. My sister. I feel for the girl, really. My little octopus heart goes out to her, but the rules are the rules, right? Now, if Uncle Ulti may be so bold. They say we call up the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 reigning competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhon, and Elle here. What do you say, Mrs. Warrior Elite? That's what we want to see. Ultros, Ultros, Ultros. Can we stop rooting for him? Well, this is a most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? The venue, Halatali. The fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled? Be there or miss a battle for the ages. Okay. Hildebrand is stuck in the ceiling. Oh, there he is. So to review, the troubles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned to appear as it was coming from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possibly the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no chance but to trust in your abilities now, Elle. I'll just make for Halatali. To Halatali. Over in East Sanlan. Bum bum bada bum. Of course, I will be doing it as Paladin, not only because, you know, it's level 90 as where Machinist is only 70, but because, you know, if I'm going to do Gladiator combat, I might as well play as the job that starts as a Gladiator. Well, this tourney's turned into a right mess. With all the trouble I took preparing consolation prizes for the melee, it looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I couldn't give a gnat's ass. Ha! Now, I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Say 7 of them. That should even the odds, yeah? The Dragon's Neck. That's a sick name. Alright. The Dragon's Neck. Unrestricted. Unfortunately, Dower Meadow, I will be doing it solo. Combatants, the final confrontation will be held here atop the Dragon's Neck. If all members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit the match. Let's begin. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. Okay, Ultros is a lot bigger here. And I have Epic Echo. Ultros, I have 400,000 HP. I'm the raid boss here. Did I just do 69 420 damage to Ultros? "34 seconds. Get trounced, idiot. Thwarted again. I feel like such a sucker. And Elle claims the Mithril Cup. Oh, wind up Ultros. Great, because I wanted a minion of the Sex Pest. A fraction of the size, yet every bit as annoying as the real thing. Be forewarned, once Ultros shows up, he's liable to stick around. Market prohibited. One can only imagine the time and effort Master Goldsmith Godbert put into the creation of this lifelike recreation of the lecherous purple octopus. Muscleheads hate him. And I hate you. Good show, Elle. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the awards ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. And we go back to shooting shit. Cuff burden 1-3. Gower Meadow. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils. Now let's take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Behold, from the personal vault of Master Fergus himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure the likes of which our realm has never seen. One that's earned the attention of Eorzea's most prominent pilferer. Above you. Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged on over long. But worry not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. You know, he had plenty of time to plant those while we were in Halatali. Vile fiend! Mark my words, you have stolen your last treasure. I swear it on the Manderville name. Oh, hey, I forgot you were here. I think not, Hildegard. Greg! It is always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. And he took the spear. Hell, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. You know, you're not the first person threatening to put something in my chest. You mean your skewer? My spear! Vile thief! Is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once! Oh, it seems we have an unexpected guest! I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Out raining truffles, but the battle's already... Mr. Typhon? Just a moment, I'm sure I had a tissue here somewhere. And the ring. Oh man, even Gilgamesh is sliding. Oh, and there he goes. Alas and alack, the ring sails straight into the hands of the fiend. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. God, Burr! I never thought I'd be so excited to see an almost naked man before. Okay. Alright. Okay. But of course. Brilliant, father! If the ring won't come to me, then I shall go to the ring. Why, it'll be just like Dalamud, once again cementing the fact that Hildebrand did indeed jump to Dalamud. Hildebrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville. Skyward as only a Manderville can! He's limit breaking. That is his third limit break. Father, you know not your own strength! Okay, hold on. I feel like I need to add to the Hildebrand Truths document. Godbert is capable of using limit breaks on his own outside of combat. Took my flamethrower. Can't have shit in the void. You can tell what she's about to use because it'll be like Queen's Dance, like left turn or Queen's Dance about face. Come on! Stop frogging me. Ah, we were so close. I used to be so good at this one. Bum, bum, bum. Ugh. Stretching. Alright. Gotta wait for Godbert to throw Hildebrand. Alright, I just realized I could just do this. As there's only so much I can do right here. I have a Discord ping. Oh, that's the video I was looking for! Oh, that's the video. Wait. Is that out already? No, okay. It comes out in 2 days. Okay. Man, I love Godbert so much here. Godbert's great. Yeah, 900. Okay, this is where it was 999 something. I can't believe he's blasting off again. You know, he really is just kind of Team Rocket. But, like, as one. Bro just is going straight to the sealed-in subterranean. Or not. These legs, they look strangely familiar. Is that Enkidu up there? Ha! Put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Say for one thing, this ring is a fake. But no matter, I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Until next time, friends, you've been a most attentive audience. Becky! Bloody hells. Guard, seize the fiend at once! Okay, except they're down here. And he's... Okay, now they are up there too. Okay, he has summoned a bomb. Oh, Dower Meadow is dead. Nashu, it's not... Okay. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry. It's gone. Second prize? What's the meaning of this? When you faced Fiend or no, the man spoke true. A Master Goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. The sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous. It's, the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Well, let's not be so hasty, friends. I can explain. Does she have the real one? Oh, there's Hildebrand. Sold out my honor, joined forces with that odious octopus for a false treasure. What a fool I have been. Whatever was I thinking? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it is exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegelina and nothing more. Suppose I was, at that. How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, miss, under no circumstances did I tail you to the Nanawa mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. You have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I was truly fighting for. My honor and sister's trust will not be easily regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. Oh, there's a truffle. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly, the second prize, this ring of inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen. A pattern that betrays his true intentions. Okay, where's the calling card and who's it gonna dome this time? Treaty Blade, Azayama's Virtue, the Ring of Inquiry, all relics with quite a history, or to be more precise, relics from the area of the Beladians. Oh, if that is so, then the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Eorzea's greatest museum of Beladian history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. Oh, Nash is dozing. I've got a feeling it's going to be Ellie this time. Oh, come on. It's just gonna float there? Come on, comically hit someone. Is it? Giant? Ah, it is. Briardian is dead. Oh no. Oh, okay, there goes Hildebrand. Okay, there is still a void set around now. I've enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So this is the thief's final challenge to us. But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Belladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that, and yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth in these words. 4 sacred relics from Belladia, the Warden's justice, lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day. If rumors are to be believed, it seemed the tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far: an Uldane collector and her hired thugs, a trading mogul and the brass blades, and now a mining magnate and the stone torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of the ordinary Uldanes would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the Syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself? Shit, you know what? I took my pillow back to my room. I'll go grab that real quick. I got my pillow. Aha! Then it will be to his downfall, for the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, ye of many faces. There is but one man who shall lay claim to the four lost relics of Belladia, and it shall be Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Methinks Godward may need a new pair of spectacles. I'm telling you, it's every Danganronpa villain. Ooh, 2000. Gentleman hero, Hildebrand. The race to recover the four lost relics of Belladia. As the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed, will Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually look like? I have. I do it daily. I don't look in mirrors a whole bunch. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh well, see you next time. Alright. What's up, Ellie? Shades of Silt. I believe this is the end. Yeah, this is the last quest line of the... yeah, this is the last set of quests for the Hildebrand quest line in A Realm Reborn. We've still got further Hildebrand adventures for Heavensward, even further Hildebrand adventures for Stormblood, and somehow further Hildebrand adventures for Endwalker. I was wondering when you'd show up, Al. I hope you haven't made any plans for the night because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend, the Phantom Thief? Seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Uldayan society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards I'd ever seen, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. Message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the mythical eye has been selling like Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it took me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we out? The hidden treasure of Ulda, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sunsilk Tapestries. I've gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I gotta pee. Also, I'm gonna fill my water bottle because I forgot to do that beforehand. Gaming. We're back. Alright. I must have just been put AFK. Alright. Women by Sunsilk Tapestries. Which is by the Aetherite Plaza. Oh no, if it ain't my favorite venture and my favorite Mithril Eye reporter along with her. Tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd like to help two lovely ladies, I'm afraid you found a woman at a loss. Wilda has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our family friend could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eye on, it's got the Sultan's sworn in a right dither. Word has it that they formed a regiment of their best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. The Sultan's sworn aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, El, I say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the sworn. You know what? Hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I am ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, El, time is of the essence. Oh boy, I'm sure the Sultan's Sworn will be glad to see me. Humphrey, my man, how's it going? Here, you know, I'll even put on my sword and shield for you. Oh, only authorized personnel are allowed in... They'll bugger me with a broadsword! The Gentleman of Light's adventuring companion and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Oh well, if it is the self-styled warrior of light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan's sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position, Humphrey? That's a very familiar name. Where would I recognize you from, Humphrey? What quest are you from? And apparently something from earlier in the questline that I just don't remember. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, only the 12's honest truth, miss. Seeing that Gentleman of Light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me to the depths of me soul, like. I vowed to put aside my sketchy past and serve the realm just like my hero, Master Hildebrand. The Sultan's Sworn were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Wait, don't tell me you've come to assist Master Hildebrand in his investigation, haven't you? Cole, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help with to help the two ladies who united me with my role model. But we want to speak with Phyllis. She is one of the Sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the full routes of Belladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, yeah? Pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie from the Metro Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case and would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. Pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie. And if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here, 1L Omaha, yes? You know Al? As any regular reader of the Mithril I would. I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Of course, you recognized me from the news, and instead of that time I was part of the Sultan Sworn, and was one of the best, and got your legendary sword back for you, and, unveiled a conspiracy. But no, just because I'm in the news. Not because, I sat in the cubicle right next to you. Though it hardly fits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. Sultan Sworn, the elite of Uldah's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than that bungling mercenaries have dealt with thus far. Inspector Briardian, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, now, a moment if you would. Right there. Very good. Now face me and don't move an ill. Inspector, what's that in your... Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thieves' disguises. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. Fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? The hidden treasure of Uldah, the last of the 4 lost relics of Belladia. I fear not. I've pored through the histories time and again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by these 4 Belladian heroes, but it makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strength. All artifacts of Belladian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The Black Guard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, my lady. I don't know, maybe put Genlins at the door? You know what? Bring Genlins here. Genlins will know me. But, okay, so we're just going to have to hope that this is over soon. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless you have heard of the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. Thus, I should not have changed to Paladin for this. The Sultan Sworn have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vault to make any meaningful progress. We're most grateful for any assistance. He asks and a gentleman answers. Yeah, this cutscene's not ending anytime soon. Cast all worry from your heart, my lady. Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. But you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. A shame, that. Inspector Hildebrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all that I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far, the head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that they were all influential figures in their respective circles, we can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh, this will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Gonged over the head with a cudgel? Gutted with a greatsword? Strangled with a subligar, mayhap? I'm afraid we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the death of 2 more even as we speak. You must take action, and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildebrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend? I like your gusto. But if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly. L, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, with the investigation calls, I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning at the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 sins of Sasamo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues. Clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use. Okay, give it to me. No, hand the dust to me. You are going to throw it at the first person you see. Flowers. Yes, it's all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist, too, and in his hurry to escape carelessly mislaid his wares. So what do you think you're doing, eh? I'm the one who put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me poor boy. You dare to defile his memory, eh? Eh? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place. Run! While you still can, run far, far away! Run or he'll turn you into a zombie just like my poor, poor boy! Living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard the horrors of Silde? Ulda's sibling nation, against which we waged war centuries ago. I know this story. I can tell the story without having to read the dialogue. So what happened between Ulda and Silde? Hold on. Crap, hold on, I may not. If I remember correctly, the original nation was Bellaria. But after the Sultan of Bellaria died, his two sons went to war with each other over who would have control. Big, long, nasty thing. It's actually where the history in the original Paladins come from. I believe they came from Silde. Anyway, long war, gruesome as wars are, and especially the longer ones. And Ulda decided to play dirty and create like this zombifying gas or dust or something and spread it into Silde, turning everyone into zombies. Terrible. Much blood was shed by both sides, but I speak of far greater horrors than death. Known a holy drought brewed by... Oh no, okay, it was Sildian alchemist with the power to turn the living to the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitor's spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh, then ran him through, but you won't hear that from the Sultan's form. Thal alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me last respect. The traitor's spurn? I had heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? A Sildian, I'm sure. Only a Sildian would know the recipe. The last remains of Silde died 4 centuries ago, you say? Hee. Oh, they did. They did. Hee. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does. But ever occurred to you that he might just be an honest-to-God's phantom? I heard the tales from my own great-great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Bellaria and the powers they hold. The power to exact justice. A spectre of Silde has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much breathed the accursed name of Silde. But you did, and now we're all doomed. Doomed! I'm not doing that cackle. Leading Horson's here somewhere. I can feel it in my follicles. The most potent hair tonic aroma seen? Aye, that it was. For all of a fortnight before my flowing locks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just to twist the knife and extra ilm. Mountebank, Charlotte, and I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. It's becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and the dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of this specter's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturgist Guild. Doubtless the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Silda might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Briardy, and whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye. I am moving about as dramatically as I can with my arms, like I am gesturing wildly. Okay, Thaumaturge Guild. We're casting Fire 4 up in this bitch. Nanako. Gods be good, you're the adventurer who saved me back in the ruins. Researching the ancient feud between Ul'dah and Silda, are you? Well, I'm pleased to say that I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Beletgith. Look, I got at least one thing right about that story. The Fifth Astral Era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. There was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanlan, where they would found the nation of Bellatia some 8 centuries ago. Ah, imagine, a government of mages, by mages, for mages! What wonders might have been wrought had Bellatian civilization survived to this very day! Alas, this was not to be. You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Silda. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome the conversation. Hold on, I gotta drink. There's so much talking. Beladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ul'dah and Silda. But, not unlike two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. Look, another thing I got right. Can I go 3 for 3? Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Silda. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. Two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ulda's superior numbers, Sildian alchemists devised a most horrific stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. It sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it now. It truly is a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. Okay, no, I didn't get that right. I said that it was Ulda who made it. Who made the Traitor's Spurn and used it. And it let them win. Whoopsies. Oh, don't surprise me like this. What's this? You're not here for your studies, but to learn of the bad blood between Ulda and Silde? 2 scales, one of gold and one of silver. The gold of Ulda weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Silde weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the 2 nations differed greatly. Yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ulde in prosperity was that of justice and good, while the power wrought by Silde in knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear, but riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories, and what does that say of the words writ within? Yes, the truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Silde, Ulda and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. I did know that Ulda and Amalja fought side by side because I've done the Sildian subterrane. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you'll see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already. And, if I was a thaumaturge, if I ever went back to leveling that, you know, I would have a quest, a level 15 room quest from him. My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed. As it happens, I've learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review, and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. War of Succession divides the great nations of Belladia. War of Succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ulda and Silde. The 2 nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Ulda's superior military might, Silde employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Silde, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildian statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. Except Hildebrand, Ulda won. And the Sildian dude is very much dead. And not a phantom. A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself? I've got to drink again. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Silde. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. This sealed-in connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Beledian artifacts our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? Few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Wait, yes, it's coming to me! Of course, my keen investigator's senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something. You really should stop thinking so hard. You'll like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? I gotta turn on the fan in here. I'm starting to sweat. Ugh, I'm stretching now. Oh. I need a taller desk. Horizon. We gotta teleport there. West Thanalan. Oh, I don't need to. Yes, if you got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with just a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me? The thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Oh, it's you. Lady Derelda. Well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair evening? Why, I live here, you half-headed hamlet. Inspector Briarty, and this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. But Lady Dorilda, what about... Ah yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Miss Stame's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself? I'll say it once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. We made her laugh after Briardian was fucking headshot. Alright, I'll tell you what I know, but you didn't hear from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust, the traitor Spurn was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims. It got me to thinking, Silde, 5 victim? Aye, the Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth? I'm not familiar with the name. If you would be, I counted them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah Silde conflict from reaching the ears of folks like you and me. False knowledge? Pray tell, just what sort of knowledge might that be? Saul's balls don't make me say no more. I got a family to feed. Very well, just tell us one last thing. Who hired you and where can we find him? Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were too many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and wait for him at Vesper Bay. Remember, you didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how that all works, but Hobbs got high-ranking friends in the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next. Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Manderville art of parley has procured us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak. Alright, let's head over to Vesper Bay and take a ship. Oh, we gotta go to Vesper Bay just to search for Hob. Wait, I think I know where Hob is. I think Hob is in South Thanolin. Like right where you mine mithril ore. Like in that area. Oh. Master Hob, is everything quite alright? No, stand back, Ellie. Hunger, hunger. I hunger for your brains. Damn, there's no saving the man. Elle, do what you must. No. Oh, okay, it's just gonna cutscene kill him. Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. It seemed we were a few moments late to the scene. A message, and then there was one. Danganronpa killer. There it is again. Is something the matter, Inspector? Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the phantom thief, I've had this fleeting sense that someone or something is watching us. The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. I, too, had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime. We'll do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone. Inspector! Inspector, I'll go with her! If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary, not just the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She's quite the temper, as we both know. Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe and promise me that you will not attempt anything rash, as you did the last time when the fiend took aim at my own life. Your life, Costa de Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me. Secret vow? Oh, consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report. Alright, back to Ulda. Steps of Nald. Phyllis. The fourth victim? I'll have mercy. Were you able to glean out of a connection to the other victims? The Arbiters of Truth? No, it cannot be. Somebody Ellie, oh no. Miss Ellie? The voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. Cutscene. Miss Ellie, are you hurt? That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Now, remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you? You saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. This man wears the armor of a Sultan's own squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces? To think we would find our man like this. Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic poison, I don't know how to pronounce that word, I declare this case closed. Return the statue to you, Miss Phyllis. While the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to cracking the case. Oh no. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value that you'd like to wantonly destroy? What is the meaning of this? Ingenious. A double disguise planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is Greek, one of my most capable men. I sent him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? No, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense. With the phantom thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise through the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... Not Ellie! My lady, the vault has been breached. The wise man's whisper, it's gone. For her foul crimes against the Sultan, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she's in custody. Okay, Phyllis. As someone who was once declared an enemy of the state of Ulda, you guys kind of suck raw ass at doing your job. And now the game is truly afoot. Oh, Gilgamesh. What is all the meaning of this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu? Sally! Miss Sally! The shadow you said you saw? I think it was just a dormouse. Oh no, we've got a fake Nashu now. Oh no. I think he literally stumbled face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Come to think of it, I don't think Ellie was ever with us when we saw the Phantom Thief proper. Beneath the Mask. Persona 5 reference? Real? Oh, how is this only the 3rd out of 5 quests? Not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of inquiry. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie and quickly. Surely if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh, Miss Phyllis, thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? Fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the 5th and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than Hildebrand Mender? Me. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan's Horn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis. There is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? Inspector, over here! Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. Sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see? It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. As my inspector's sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Now let us split up and canvass our surroundings. Oh, that's right, it's payday. Miss Ellie, do you think she went looking for the dormouse too? Oh, I think Miss Ellie is really close. Why don't you show us that right hand of yours, Nashu? I'm sorry to look at your ass priority, and I needed a good view of Nashu's hand. Water-stained letter. Oh, it's putting me, like, just out of view. Okay, I can... A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. It's making me turn the corner. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. Demasking dust. In the next instant, feel a presence, an intimidating presence behind you. Oh, it's Godbert. Oh, if it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty L. I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. I hope it is the same for you. Blitz, I've got awful news. That many-faced thief, we unfortunately know the identity of. And they've been with us the entire time. Oh, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn. Now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend. Or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? As the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere or anyone, myself included. Of course, no mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to insist on your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildebrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased. It was the reporter. It's Ellie. At least everything's pointing at her. And thinking back to all the times we encountered the thief himself, Ellie was not there. I should have known from someone who was imitating my name. And currently she has assumed the identity of Nashu. This isn't Nashu. This is Ellie, the many-faced fiend. Who are you? Something just isn't right. Thunder speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, El. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss? Okay. Phyllis. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Inspector Briardian told me all about it. I gotta thank Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time. She sure fooled me. Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? Stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. It's strange that this makes me think, man, I should play Danganronpa. This entire questline has been giving insane, like, Danganronpa vibes. Down to the point that every time that we see, like, the mask, the man of many faces, like, behind a corner, it's always the black silhouette that Danganronpa villains are in, like, the final appraisal of the trial. Curses, this one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. I questioned the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Yes, the pieces are finally coming together. Now if you'd kindly stand up and stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands The fiend stands where? Where's the fiend standing, Briardian? Where is the fiend standing, Briardian? Inspector Briardian, I should hope you're not doubting me. I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my giggly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder El here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there? Means if our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but were not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time. Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that is more times than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has only had passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and El here. Nashu and I in particular have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I. Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on. Ask me anything. All the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If you ask me anything to obscure my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times as if we share mine. This Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant. She should have no trouble completing my thoughts. I'm a Manderville. Man! Doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Kurthis to Thanalan, Manderville. Man, you're the best, Inspector. A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous minehead, you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours. Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, pretentious old... Genius, Inspector? The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Who? Miss Ellie, you look somehow different. Truths and okay, it's giving me glamour dispellers. That's very funny. 7 hells, done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. I got it. Blitz, that is literally what I said like moments before you came to stream. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Briardian. Once again, you failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Cece. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sildian aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find 2 sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we could never have risen to these heights of celebrity. Miss Cece, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes? Justice! 400 years ago, Uldayan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the histories say that it was Sildir that turned their own men into zombies. The histories lie, and you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldayan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan sworn would kill to keep buried in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, you know how the idiots slap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice, a dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough, when they're reaching each other's brains on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of powder from the Uldayan vaults, hanging it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The soul means by which the vault may be opened? By assembling 4 secret relics from Belladia, or relics once told in the royal palace of Sildir, before the Uldayan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when zombie powder rained down on Ulda. No, wait, you'll all be dead! Preposterous! Okay, so I did get the history right earlier. That just goes to show that I would be fooled by propaganda. But first, you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon your last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all your rotten lies. I think not, Miss Cece. Hildebrand! You idiot! Just for once could you not get in the way? Godbert Manderville. Danganronpa reference is here. I can't even trust your sorry ass to look after him for a day. Who the hell are you? Wait, hold on, you're one of the characters that Ultros was sexually harassing. I knew it. President's watching over us from the shadows. It was you, my dear wife. Godbert's fucking dead. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess. Ahem. Am I to understand that you are Hildebrand's mother? Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send the warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, El. The time for our final confrontation is nigh. Okay, well, okay, never mind. Okay, please don't bring the castle down on us. Do you have potatoes for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My little boy's been turned into a stinging corpse if you hadn't bloody noticed. You, or something, was it? Ellie's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet ya. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak, what can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband here. Look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't ya? The fear in that nod. I fell gods on, like, a bi-weekly basis. And this woman with a skillet is the scariest thing I have encountered. Oh no, he's not still stuck in the wall. It'd be very funny if he was. Wait, is he in the... Oh my god, they put Gilgamesh in, like, the Hildebrand pose, but you can't tell because he's got, like, dumpy pants. United with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him! He's green! Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversold rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Scent code at the market stocks the former, and you can procure from a trader by the name A Guest. Now, hurry. Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Ouch, that's smart. Ye gods. Hilda, you're looking none too hardy yourself. No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now, are you gonna accompany me out here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that ball? But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Sid got sundries, was it? Come now, El, there is work to be done. Scarier than who is the person who scream? I don't know. I don't watch horror movies. Oversold rags from Sindgar. Is Jenlins here? Where's Jenlins? I feel like there's Jenlins. Jenlins, I don't know if you've heard what's been going on, like, down the hall, but, like, we need some more Sultan Sworn down there. As before, our order works closely with the Gladiators Guild, and this way do we continue to raise our newfound heights as her grace desires. Bum 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 ba-dum, bum bum ba-da-dum. Oh, there's Gilgamesh. Oh, so rags, you say? Fear that I've only got a single tatter left in stock and it's already been spoken for. Gilgamesh's voice, the voice that I've chosen for him, is going to kill me. But my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. God, no. God, and you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Look at what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior of Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. Oh, it's Avila! And her sister. As it happens, I just returned from my training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's a chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share. My lady. No. My lady, you are far too kind. Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildebrand and Elle here, I'd still be tag-teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. And I'm a woman who pays her debts. So I'll take me if that wasn't Avila the Tempest. Since she's convinced her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. Why, I have mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. Okay, but I can, like, still give you these chimera membranes. Gilgamesh, man, you gotta stop talking. A kind sentiment, my good man. But we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, El? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this traitor named Guest. I'm going to have to refill my water. Chamber of Rule. Jenlins, my man, I love you like a brother. Go down one hall and do your fucking job. Hug them. I passed him. Okay, before I do this and risk Gilgamesh speaking more, I've got to go refill my bottle. There was also a leftover muffin upstairs that I ate. Yeah, no cup of the father because I was like probably 90% through a cutscene and cup of the father popped. Actually, I think it was Burden of the Father. And I was like, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm finishing the quest line first, and then we can go back to, grinding them out. The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. The bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traitors themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. Ugh. I'm burping. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthy man. Now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Oh boy, Gilgamesh is talking. Alright. I have to, muster something from, deep in my soul. And I push it to, the front of my throat to do his voice. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep. Through the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget. But it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the seven seas. I beg of you, my lady, may I have this dance? Oh, it's fucking you. Get lost. Go back to Reddit. Oh, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Heavens, the poor inspector. Well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh. Say bid farewell to preening fops and scruffy adventures and share a dance with a cultured gentleman befitting your great beauty. You can also fuck right off to Reddit. Cultured gentleman? I'm fine with Hildebrand calling himself a gentleman, but just the phrase cultured gentleman is just... Ugh. Ugh. Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord. Provided you provide my good friend Elle with a bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks. Get bent, idiot. You know this woman? If that is the price you would set, then so be it. Take it, it's barely worth its weight in gill anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella? I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival, but to think that he was this beloved by so many! Clearly this realm would be deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Elle, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him. You say quickly, and then you walk slowly. Jenlins, my man, just... I trust the two of you wouldn't dare come back empty-handed. Tattered cloth taken from the raiment of a powerful wraith. A second pass through an alembic has removed nearly all the impurities once contained in this water. Bloody brilliant. I had to take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband, and I'm wife material! Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Oh, you bloody bugger, guide my skillet. Aye, that should stop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son, after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Oh, it's the real Nashu! Look who I found! She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that nap feel good. Yes, I'm sure it did. Word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Sildian ruins. We must go there with all haste. You've done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll hand things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the hell are you standing around for? The future of Ulda is at stake. Fucking hell, Gilgamesh. Shut up!
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, my strength is yours as well. For Ulda, and for our friend Hildy.
You remind me of my husband, but with you having more muscles than sense. You're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the market and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. See, I believe 20 crates or so should suffice.
I am a warrior.
No.
I am a warrior, not an... yes, my lady.
I have to, like, contort my upper body to make that voice. Alright, let's see. How much are fire crystals on the market board right now? How much is she extorting out of it, Gilgamesh? They're not terribly expensive. They're high 60s, low 70s. They're on a not quite a decline. It's a pretty volatile market for fire crystals right now. How much would you say is in a crate, though? Because fire crystals can stack up to 9,099. Is that how much is in a crate? Because if so, oh boy, Gilgamesh's wallet's gonna hurt after this. Because she needs... let's see. Let me average out the prices right now. Let me open calculator. Let's see. Okay, so it averages out to about 70 gil per fire crystal. 70 times 9,999 is just shy of 70 or 700,000. Plus market tax, which is 5% right now on Marlboro. Which is an additional 34,996. Bringing the total per crate to 734,926, and he has to get 20 of those. At just 14 million, 698,520. And you know what? That's not even enough to buy a medium-sized house in 14. Alright, let me contort my body into the Gilgamesh voice pose.
I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear simply to secure my long-awaited confrontation with El. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. El and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even El could not stand against our combined mights. Oh, Enkidu, wherever may you wander, hear my words and return to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu!
Fucking hell, Gilgamesh.
Ye gods! Was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. And what? The crystals? Where have they gone?
Did he just accidentally summon a primal in the markets? Fancy meeting you here, old friend.
That voice! Could it be? My faithful companion, why must you always make me wait so?
I'm going to fucking die. Wind up, gentlemen. If Clockwork Hildebrand doesn't quite roll off the tongue, both Minion of Enquiry and Mammoth Extraordinaire are acceptable alternatives. Manderville Coty and Manderville Bottoms. Hildebrand would. And the emote most gentlemanly. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maid digging around at the Silty excavation site with her mind set on turning Ulda into the land of the wake and dead. Your concern for Hildy's most touching, but don't you worry. Mommy Dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket that easily. Alright. Unfortunately for our dear friend Ellie, I know the Sylvian subterrane very well. Is Ellie actually going to be down here? The subterranean foreman. No, I don't see her. Maybe lurking around a rock? Managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. And no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair, it's filled with room with the traitor's spurn. One misstep, and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Al. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Al. Surely if anyone can convince a woman to abandon her madness, it's you. Ah, shit. I've got to open the chat in its say mode. I've got to say... Ellie. And convince your erstwhile friend and companion to listen to reason. Cigarette World? Yeah, because the server is Marlboro, and that is also the name of a brand of cigarette. I was about to ask where Hildebrand is, but then I remember he's busy undying. Alright. Hold on, let me turn off the chat sensor real quick. Also, wait, I have that way too big. I can reduce it to that size. Hold on a second. Alright. Could you not, while I'm like right here? Al, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I'll not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Cece is already in custody. Surrender now and I will see to it that no harm befalls her. Okay, she has stepped away from the crate. We can... take it. How little you understand us, Inspector. And again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Cece and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world with our only quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down or suffer the same fate as the Uldayan dogs you would defend. Ellie, stop this madness! I'm sorry, Inspector.
There's too many of them.
Yeah, but I've got a gun. Why did you have to take all in the day's work for Manderville Man? And now... Okay! Is this his real limit break? He Mandervilled them, or he Hildebranded them. You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildebrand's ridiculous good fortune that you ever made it this far, and he's as good as 6 films under. Ah, shit. Gilgamesh. That was Omnislash? Alright, adding that to... I mean, it's really a Godbert truth rather than a Hildebrand truth, but I've already added one, I'll add another. Godbert can use Omnislash with a goldsmith hammer rather than the Buster Blade. Alright.
Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy and you do so at your own peril.
I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of the traitor's spurn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out.
Saul's balls, is there no end to them? Not liking our chances. Greg, was it?
It's a shame to lose you, Hal. Warrior of light that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Oh, you know what? Yeah, he can only Omnislash while, nude. Okay, so the final thing is Godbert can use Omnislash with a goldsmith hammer rather than the Buster Blade, and can only do so while nude. Also, 4th canonical limit break from Godbert. Go forth, my zombie minions. Why are they doing the pose? Why are they doing the pose? When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Pucker me with a broadsword, are my eyes to be believed? That pose? No, these are not 4 warriors of light I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light! Okay. Adding to the document, Hildebrand has some control over zombies.
Just so, my good man. Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return.
Did you miss me? I'm getting a phone call from my mom. Hildebrand, you've got... Oh, never mind. I think it was a butt dial. I'm still gonna call her back just to double check. We're back. Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my snurble tonic, or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head. Hello there, Mr. Elazar. You're looking absolutely resplendent today. Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombibrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. An immunity to... Just going to pretend that makes any kind of sense. The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself. Smooth talking. It's over. It's all over. Inspector Briardian, you said there was something you would tell me when all was through. I imagine you have no words for me now. Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. Said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found someone with whom I intend never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your gal cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you? Godbert, could you put your clothes back on? Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Ul'dah was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to restore history, but know this. I will do everything in my power to bring the truth to the fore. Gilgamesh, that stupid grin of yours. I know exactly what that grin is.
Ahem. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me!
Gilgamesh, you're killing me.
If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Elle's presence for a matter of far greater importance. The time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Why the long face, friend? But mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune?
The Treaty Blade?
Could it be? The Treaty Blade, the true one at that! None other, and I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who could defeat me in single combat. But I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend? Don't tell me it's a void scent. It kinda looks like one. Oh, be merciful! What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent? Shit. Gilgamesh, can you stop gloating so I can whoop your ass already?
Abomination? I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. It was the most curious thing. There I was hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was.
Fuck, it's a primal. Gilgamesh. Okay, man. By the gods, it makes perfect sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea summoning forth his friend. Nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic. No, Priority, this actually tracks. This is exactly how primals work. You get a whole bunch of crystals and a desire for something to happen, and then there's a primal. That's kind of just how shit works.
L, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. Enkidu and I shall await you at Amdapur Keep.
Do you guys have permission from Gridania to...
Tis a ways from here. But what better venue for our climactic confrontation? You would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu! To the skies!
Two against one? That's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, El, to Amdapur. I think they're going the wrong way. Wait, no. They're going the right way. They're going east. This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. An umbrella dancing for like 15 minutes. Hurry up and get out of the cutscene. Don't worry, Phyllis, I am the Scions. But of course, I had near forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, El, you are our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade. You know what, Jasper? Not examine. Particle effects off, damn it. Come on, we're going to Amdapur. Probably should go alert the Seedseer. God damn it, Hildy. Let me grab the pillow. Is that you? Please forgive me, that was my next trail when I encountered those subterranean crosties that demanded my immediate attention. I will be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you with to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave. Well, yes, just go on ahead. I will be along directly. Alright. We're doing this unsynced, Jasper. Go swap to Machinist. Battle in the Big Keep. Finally get to fight no cutscene slapstick. This is the third actual fight we've gotten. Long last we meet on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable, unless you enjoy getting pounded senseless. Ha! Hold back to read dialogue, right? If I hold back to read dialogue, Gilgi won't. Oh, he moved on. Me? Run away! I was seeking a more suitable spot to celebrate my victory. Enough exposition, now we fight like men and ladies and... Okay. I'm not just gonna read that last one. For Gilgamesh, it's transmogrifying time! Alright, wielding a bunch of weapons now. This is Gilgamesh. The mightiest warrior I've ever faced. Gilgamesh, prepare yourself. He's Morbin. Enough expository banter. So true. I think that my full complement of arms would avail me not. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh. You have my word. Treaty Blade 2, I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. I spare my insignificant life, I beg you. No. Ah, come on. I obtain Enkidu! That green is not coming out even with multiple washings. Never again. This I do solemnly swear. Oh, it's chicken Enkidu. Chicken Enkidu. Not, I lied again. Like a rug. Oh, kill me. You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest of swords will suffice. Warrior of Light, you've proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. I can make you one. It's a reproducible thing. For sure as day follows night, the hour will come when I claim it as mine own, till we meet again. What ho, El? Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together. The battle's already been won? That is triumphant news indeed! Clearly, the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood. Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again? Godbert, you're just asking for mosquito bites at this point. Oh, news of the Primal and the Treaty Blade. Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildebrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade. Such design, such craftsmanship. At once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I've found the inspiration for my next masterpiece. Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of lost Silde. To think that they were locked away in the vaults of those that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud. Just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics? There was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic legend, Ellie and I might still have had the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the powers, or so the legend goes. What I wouldn't have given to see it. The ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known. Just what sort of incantation is this? The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise men's whisper a verdict true. Asiyama's virtue shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the Warrior of Light would then hold forth the Treaty Blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." Legends differ as to what happens next, but I'll speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens. Over here, friends! Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. He's going to trip and fall on that. Behold, safe in my hand none other than the Treaty Blade, and the real one, this time I swear unto you. Yes, just like that. I swear unto you, then... Oops. My word! Whatever is this odd tingling sensation? Ridiculous. Hildebrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought you could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands. It seems the Treaty Blade is just as confused as the rest of us. No, the light. Someone stop it. I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon. Okay. Skyward ho! He's so Team Rocket coded. Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed. So the light of justice that shone from the Treaty Blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say I never expected it to be quite literally a beam of light. Suppose it wouldn't have been much use to us after all. Inspector! Oh, Inspector, wait for me! Balls, Hildy. First you almost died at your poor mother's feet, and now you fly off to God's nowhere without even giving her a kiss goodbye? Oh ho ho! It appears that a case of wanderlust has once again struck Hildebrand, as it has many a Manderville man before him. Godspeed, my boy. The day comes to you that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art. So, in the end, the Sildian incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light? I guess I'm adding that to the Hildebrand truths. Hildebrand is a gentleman, and in parentheses, warrior, question mark, of light. Well, the treaty blade is some 6 centuries old, after all. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. Yeah, I have max level red mage. Magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Balladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. I think I would see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true. He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and he still manages to make a girl's dream come true. A gentleman to the end, the bloody bastard. Blasting off again. What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye. A curious scent, wafting in our winds from a far-flung land. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends. This wronged one for succor I, Hildebrand, shall be there till we meet again. I have to see that most gentlemanly emote now. Is it going to show me in a cutscene before I... They're moonwalking. Okay, the Mandragoras are coming back. Unless this is just like the credit scene. Don't show me Ultros. Hildebrand will return? Bro, flying too close to the sun like Icarus. Congrats, you finished. I finished the Realm Reborn Hildebrand questline. It just took me like 2 years. Oh, okay. That Koblin is dead. Or not. I never wanted to see a Copeland face up close, and I never want to see one again. I'll be there for you? You're kidding me. That's... Gentlewoman. Alright, what's that most gentlemanly emote? The command for it is /Hildebrand or /Hildy. Oh, it's this. Oh, and do I just hold? I guess I just hold it here. You strike a most gentlemanly pose. Alright, well, let's see. Where do we find the Heavensward Hildebrand quest, just to know where to find them? Further Hildebrand adventures. Okay, there's a lot less of these, thankfully. Let's see, a gentleman falls rather than flies. We get it from Nashu. From the pillars. Alright. Yeah, there's only 8 quests here rather than 20. There's less, but they take longer. You shouldn't have said that. Alright. Cuff. Burden. Delta Escape 1, Delta Escape 3. Hopefully we never see Ultros again. Legend has it that Gilgamesh first found Enkidu while searching for a meal. That means to make a fire, he attempted to eat the fowl raw, only to find himself the victim of a furious counterattack. Impressed by the bird's tenacity, he promptly made him his pets. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu! There are heretics, though. Though he has once more taken to the heavens in a selfless act of sacrifice, Inspector Hildebrand lives on in the hearts of those whose lives he touched with his inimitable brand of gallantry, perception, and panache. Wind him up and let him follow you as only a Manderville can. Peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. We have time to do Alexander. I mean, the Delta Escape raids are about the same length. Actually, I do have to go pee because a certain character has a difficult voice to do, which has been causing me to chug water. So I'm going to go do that before I queue us back up. Oh, darn, Jasper had to leave. I mean, then again, I guess she did say that she didn't have a ton of time. I've only got about 20 minutes left myself. Hopefully that's at least enough time to get a couple runs of Alexander done. After lunch, family got here early. Well, I mean, I got about 20 minutes until I go to lunch. Ooh, what am I thinking for lunch today? Where have I not done a fate in Shadowbringers? Collusia. I haven't done a fate in Collusia. But since I've already started in Amarang, I guess I'll do my 70 fates in Amarang East. Actually, no, because I go back to Amarang West. Or 76, 77. So yeah, 70 will go to Collusia. I can't click there because I haven't done a fate there. Take me to... no, not the Hostile Imperative. Still tired. Okay. Now I'm going to be productive. I'm going to get XP. Okay, can't do that one because it's almost over. Or, you know, we'll just do Delta Escape, actually. Ooh. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, bum. No, don't lead him away! There are no fates here in the south. It's this quest. Talos Interrupted. Half of the father. Oh, it's a dwarf. It unlocks the dwarf quests. Sheep in a peaceless season, reason to keep believing. Waking up, he's still sleeping. I can just kite around like that. I'd like that. That's fun. See, so there's no first. No, two step, 1, 2, 3. Ba-da-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum. What's a fantasy no more than a test ever from we can time to be creating a mess. Machine with all of the rest, face to face electricity. I'm turning up the volume. I'm turning on us always. No time of tomorrow. Oh, turning back to where we began. 22 seconds testing. Back into one direction. Celestial noise detected. Delirium mind suspected. I need to eat the demons. Passion become completed. 7 to 3 to 3 send. I guess it's destiny on a chance of keeping from distraction of our events to see the mortal souls. Not first. Why too quick, too much to believe. It was a fantasy, you failed the test, ever floating on the fallacies, creating a mess down. All the rest with dying, electricity. Back right into the system. But no, that's erased. Back rid of the system. This is the first time I've ever been hit with heavy in this dungeon. Falling back into pieces again. Read it. Write and read it. Yes, it's right to read it. That is holy. Sleeping. Standing up is spirit. I'd prefer a boss fate. Only 4 more runs of Cuff. Oh, and of course here's Burden. This person's name is Sad Player. I love using my abilities as soon as the boss goes invulnerable. Alright, with that one, I think I'm actually going to call it here a couple minutes early. Can't complain, though. I went 6 hours yesterday. It's like 6.5, I think. Oh, come on. Never mind, I guess I'm killing these dweeb birds first. Just those two, though. Actually, I guess I probably should have teleported up to Ishgard. Let's see, how much is it gonna cost? Because that's where we're probably starting tomorrow. Up in the pillars. Go to the last vigil. Probably a gentleman falls rather than flies. Right over there. I haven't had a lot of time to play off of stream recently, with me enforcing a bedtime upon myself of 11:30. Yep, there's Nashio. She looking? Probably for Hildebrand. Alright. Oh, thank you all for stopping by today. It was a blast as always. I will be live again tomorrow, same time. We're gonna start with the Ishgard season of season 2 of Hildebrand What the Fuck. And so I will see you then. Until then, Usaba